Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining me again. I am back, your movie guru, with another review. This time, I will be reviewing none other than movie's been getting a little bit of buzz. Not one of the most anticipated movies of the year, but it's had a little bit of hype, mostly due to its cast. There've been a lot of people excited to see it. This film is Hustlers, starring Jennifer Lopez. Many of you know her, and then Constance Wu, which a lot of you will know from Crazy Rich Asians, another movie I reviewed, and I thought she did a great job in. For those that don't know the basic plot, it's inspired by a true story of a group of strippers who go on this plan to kind of defraud a bunch of their clientele, so a bunch of Wall Street type executives that come and visit, the club that they work at. They basically find a way to extract money from them, kind of drug them and get more money out of them than what they want to pay in the first place. So that's the basic plot of this movie, and the movie takes you on the different paths of where they started off, what brought them to the place where they started to do what they do, and then gives you kind of a tale of like where they ended up. That's it. This movie's got an 83% score right now on Rotten Tomatoes and a 71% audience score. So both critics and fans alike are enjoying this movie. I can say 100% that I found it entertaining. The biggest thing that I would say that lifted this movie, I would say, was the performances. I thought Jennifer Lopez really did a great job. She really sells the character, and I've seen other films that Jennifer Lopez has been in, and to me, her acting has never really stood out. It's passable. It fits, it works. But it's never been something that really drew me into a movie. Where in this case, I think she did a really good job portraying the character. When she's acting and going through what happens in the film, I don't think of her as Jennifer Lopez. I thought of her as the character she was playing, Ramona. And that's the hallmark of good acting, is when you don't see them as a celebrity, you see them as whatever character they're playing. That said, as good as it was, I'd say it was even surpassed by her co-star Constance Wu, who I thought really sells. Her performance is what makes the movie, because she's the one who you're empathetic with. She's the one that how she feels resonates with you and makes you kind of look in her shoes and see her motivations and why she does what she does, and not just because the film does cast her in a bit more of a sympathetic light. So there is some of that, but even without that, I'd say her character is more of, I kind of say like the people's character, in that she's one that we can look at and kind of see ourselves in it, and a lot of that is shown through by Constance's acting. Without the way that she portrayed the character, I don't think that you would be able to resonate that same way. I can say 100% one of the biggest things that I noticed was that from how the character she plays in Crazy Rich Asians to the character I see her here, no comparison at all. Not in terms of acting quality, but two completely different characters, and she fully invests herself in each one, to where I guess the best way I can explain this is Nicolas Cage is kind of who I think is actually a great actor, but he has gotten him and Tom Cruise, a lot of times they've gotten criticisms that whatever film that they're in, it's just Nicolas Cage in another film, or it's Tom Cruise in another film. It's not, whatever character that he's portrayed. He's really just portraying a singular character and then inserting that character in all these different roles. And Constance Wu, I can see, that there's very little that she could have taken from her role in Crazy Rich Asians and then put it here. This definitely showed off some of that acting depth and the range that she has. So that was very impressive to me. One of the cons I'd say of this movie is that I think the plot was fairly simplistic, which, it had to be, just because, it's inspired by a true story. It wasn't meant to be something overly complicated. They were trying to portray what these people actually did. That said, I feel like some of it was dragged out a little bit longer than it needed to be. Not that it felt like a long movie at all. I think that the running time is actually pretty good. You get into the movie, things start off slow, then they start to pick up. And all the pace is about what you'd expect. So in that respect, it's fine. But there were certain parts I can remember as I'm watching the movie saying that, we could have seen a resolution quicker than what we're seeing, because it's kind of rehashing the same events. At this point, we get what it is they're doing, and some of the pitfalls involved in this industry. Like, we don't need to see this again. For example, if I'm watching a movie about a drug dealer, and every night he goes out and makes drug deals, and they might show like his first drug deal, and show like maybe how it went wrong, or how he has a lot to learn, and then they might show one after he's been doing this for a while and how he handles it smooth and whatnot. But if they're showing 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, and it's like at a certain point, you're like, okay, we've seen this, we get it. So in that respect, there was a little bit of time when I felt like it was kind of heading that direction, with some of the scenes that it seemed like we kind of saw this over, and then like some of the scenes of them in the club and some of the scenes of them getting men, it kind of seemed like, okay, we've seen this before. What new are they going to bring into the scenes? So that was a con. But like I said, overall, I really enjoyed the movie. I thought, like I said, it was great acting. Plot was simple, easy to follow, and it keeps you engaged throughout. And once again, like I say, that's one of the hallmarks that I always say about films is, will it resonate with you after the film is over? Is it something that you might think about again, or does it have something that it'll take with you, once you leave the theater? And I would say definitely Constance's character, and more so Constance's character, and then J-Lo's performance in the film. I think that's something that, even as you see other films or other things, that you will remember that and be like, oh hey, yeah, that was like in that one movie. So I definitely think it's something that you will reference later at another point. That said, I give this movie an 8 out of 10. Once again, like I said, I thought it was entertaining. It's not for kids in any respect, but this is a movie I think that you and a group of friends wanting to go out and have an entertaining time on the weekend. You want to go out and see a show. This is a film that I think you would enjoy. Thanks for watching, guys. Once again, if you disagree with me, let me know. Send me a comment. If you like what you see, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Once again, thank you guys for watching. I hope you had a great weekend, and I will be with you guys soon with another review. Thank you.